Gulfstream Park set a Florida state record with 39 stakes races during the 1995 meet. Televised nationally via ABC's Wide World of Sports, Florida Derby Day has been called the greatest show on turf. They awaited the main event, the $500,000 Grade 1 Florida Derby, and all the drama that came with it. Thunder Gulch and Suave Prospect finished a neck apart in their last battle.
Talier's Thoroughbred Racing Review for the best of horse racing history on YouTube.
And here's the field for the 1995 Florida Derby. Number 1 is Suave Prospect, owned by William Condren and Michael Sherman, trained by Nick Zito, ridden by Jerry Bailey. Number 1A is Star Standard, owned by William Condren and Joseph Carnaccia, trained by Nick Zito, the jockey Gary Boulanger. Number 1X is Cressa, owned by William Condren, Joseph Carnaccia, and Alan Paulson, trained by Nick Zito, the jockey Shane Sellers. Number 2, Flitch, owned by Loblolly Stable, trained by Bill Badgett Jr., the jockey Pat Day. Number 3, Mekki, owned by James Lewis Jr., trained by Manny Tortora and ridden by Jorge Velasquez. Number 4 is King's Fiction, owned by Hardwick Stable, trained by Alan Jerkins, the jockey Robbie Davis. Number 5, Jambalaya Jazz, owned by John Oxley, trained by John T. Ward Jr., ridden by Jose Santos. Number 6 is Michael Tabor's Thunder Gulch, trained by Wayne Lukas and ridden by Mike Smith. Number 7, Oliver's Twist, owned by Charles Oliver, trained by Bill Boniface, the jockey Alberto Delgado. And completing the field is James Taffels Cinch, trained by Carl Nafsker, ridden by Craig Perrett. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Florida Derby. And it's Star Standard put to the whip to try to get the early lead. King's Fiction is right there, and those two hook up right from the beginning. And just in behind, Thunder Gulch runs third. Then it's Oliver's Twist fourth on the outside. Suave Prospect gets a spot at the rail, running in fifth position. Jambalaya Jazz is sixth, and Mekki is seventh. Pat Day riding the rails with Flitch, eighth. And then it's Cinch, who's a wide ninth, and well behind is Stretch running Cressa as they make their way toward the backstretch. Star Standard the leader, and King's Fiction making him work to hold the lead. Thunder Gulch sitting just off the pacemakers, running third. Suave Prospect in between horses is fourth, with Oliver's Twist fifth on the outside. Flitch is up close. He's only 3.5 lengths from the lead. Then Jambalaya Jazz is beginning to make progress. Legitimate fractions here, 47 1/2 mile. The field moving midway down the backstretch. King's Fiction and Star Standard are inseparable with a half-mile to run in this Florida Derby. On the inside, Suave Prospect is right there. Thunder Gulch and Oliver's Twist around the far turn now. And it's Star Standard holding on to a short lead. King's Fiction couldn't keep up. Thunder Gulch now confronting the front runner. And there goes Jerry Bailey with Suave Prospect with an aggressive move toward the rail. Oliver's Twist is right there on the outside. Jambalaya Jazz is 5 lengths to make up as the field turns for home, and it's Suave Prospect in front. Thunder Gulch is running second as they come down to the last furlong. It's Suave Prospect. Bailey's all over him, trying to get a 7th win today, but Mike Smith will have something to say about that. Here comes Thunder Gulch. Those two inseparable down the line, unwavering. Here's the finish. It's very tight, too close to call. Thunder Gulch.
Unbelievable. Holy cow. Huh? Where is it?
It was a great race on both horses' part. Like I was telling everybody earlier, what my horse lacks in size, he gains in heart. He's just a fighting horse, and he's determined to win, and that's what it takes to win these type of races. You know, and then you go into Kentucky. It's a real tough race. It takes a horse with that extra courage, and he seems to have it. So far, so good.
Give us your view coming down the stretch as you kind of looked over your shoulder a little bit.
Well, that was
ahead.
It was a real close view. That's what you call a close-up.
Is this the kind of a horse? Is this the kind of a race that he needs to get ready for Kentucky? Is this the kind of race that he needs as a prep?
Well, you think so. I mean, it's a good, tough race, and he's going to have plenty of time for his neck. So he really ought to feed off this race, which will be great. I guess Wayne said we're looking towards the bluegrass, and hopefully we can do it again and go on to Churchill.
2 years in a row. I can give us a little ring master.
Thunder Gulch would prove to be an able Florida Derby champion. He would continue his winning ways in the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont Stakes. Both Thunder Gulch and Cigar would dominate the major races nationally. 3-year-old champion Thunder Gulch and Horse of the Year Cigar surely continued Gulfstream's world-class racing tradition as a track of champions.
For the best in historic horse racing action is Thoroughbred Racing Review. Subscribe on YouTube and read the rest of the story on Facebook. Subscribe now.